Everybody, it's Maggie Mulhern from Modern Salon TV. We are here in New Jersey at the DePasquale Systems headquarters. I'm here with one of my buddies, Wendy Bond, over there. Do you see her? Wendy, there you go. Wendy Bond is one of the best color educators I've ever met. She's amazing. And I just stopped into DePasquale, and there was Wendy working on this color technique, and I said, oh my goodness, so perfect for the modern audience. So I'm going to flip this around, and she is going to show you how to create dimension when refreshing a single process, and I'm going to take it. Wendy Bond, tell us what's going on here.
Hi Maggie. So today what I love doing, and I came up with this technique of when you're refreshing your single process clients, instead of pulling your refreshing tone all the way through the ends, I'm going to create dimension by using two different contrasting tones and our Lakme gloss color, which is in a gel form, so it's very easy to apply. And one of the reasons I came up with this was because so many clients come frequently to get their hair retouched that you don't want to always pull color through the ends, but nowadays everyone expects it. So I've got two different shades of Lakme gloss. I've got a 7 copper red, and I've got a 7 mahogany red, and I'm going to be just sort of hand painting this onto her hair in a very customized fashion. So what you want to do is, while your single process is on, I like to do my color balancing at the chair. I don't usually do it at the sink. Again, one of the beauties of what I'm particularly using with Lakme is that it's a very thick, creamy gloss.
Can you just pick it up so I can see it over there? Sorry. The color line somebody's asking is Lakme,
Lakme.
L-A-K-M-E.
Yep.
All right, there you go. And let's see the consistency.
And this is our demi color, so it's good for tone on tone, refreshing, balancing. So it allows me to just really, and when I do this, I sort of look at what the hair needs, and I can see like maybe her ends need a little more contrast or a little more dimension. So I'm going to alternate my 7 copper red.
Oh, interesting. So you are applying glaze almost in a balayage.
And like a balayage technique. And what's unique about the gloss from Lakme is that it's thick enough that you can do this. And it stays where you put it. And it has tremendous deposit of tone. So I am going to create almost like panels of a cool red with a copper red and leaving some of the natural hair. So this will really give my client the look of almost like it's her natural hair, versus sometimes with single processes you can get it a little too even or a little too one dimension. It's also a great way to make your client feel like they're getting a new service in the same amount of time, and you don't really even need to charge extra, because I was going to pull color through her ends anyways. I'm actually probably going to use less product by doing it this way and give her something unique that she can't get anywhere else. So you really do want the wet, dry, because these dry pieces are going to be your natural, and then these other pieces are what enhances and contours your single process color.
And this is all while the color is processing?
All the last 10 to 15 minutes of your processing time. So I prefer to do it on dry hair because I feel like I can really see where the hair needs to be refreshed or balanced. And depending on the tone you want to create, in this case I'm going to go ahead and make it a little bit more strong. So I'm going to apply my colors over the same shade. So if I use the copper, I'll put the copper here. If I use mahogany, I'll do the mahogany. So you can stack your tones or you can vary them. So for redheads, I like to stack the colors. I'll put the same contouring tone over the same pieces. And when she's done, if you think of like a lampshade that has those ridges in it, or a curtain or a pleated skirt, it kind of gives you this nice movement, especially on hair like this, which is very fine. It lays flat. She doesn't have a lot of layers. She has a hard time getting volume. So you're doing multiple things. You're giving a new twist to a single process, but you're also going to create more movement and dimension.
How much extra would you charge for this service?
So I think that's a personal opinion. You know, I do a lot of these things for my existing clients who come every 2, every 3, every 4 weeks. For someone like that, I'm probably not going to charge extra, because I feel like in this market, it's great to always add something to your professional service that keeps them coming back. If this is a client that was a first-time client, or a client for a second-time client maybe where I wanted to charge extra, it would probably be somewhere between like 20 to 25% of my single process color, and it would be an add-on.
And just to be clear, you are not adding permanent color. This is a gloss.
It's a gloss color, and what you're really going to see is I'm taking really big, sort of aggressive pieces, and I'm really saturating the color on. So what ends up happening is, even when you have like a level 5 brown, you could take, you know, a 6 red red or a 6 copper copper and use a gloss, use our Lakme gloss to go ahead and paint that dimension on top of your 5 brown. What I love about this technique is your 6 red red on top of a brown is not going to be 6 red red. So what this creates is like a glimmer of tone and like a glimmer of movement. So it's one of those things where you don't have to worry that it's going to be something that's going to be difficult to retouch. When she comes back in, you know, anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, if she's back in 2 weeks, you're not going to need to do much at all. If she's back in 4 weeks, the tone will have sort of washed out and gone away, and you'll be able to, you know, start over again. So when I do this color balancing with a different tone on my existing colors, I tend to, you know, include it in the color service unless the person really, you know, is a regular client. I'm just trying to do an add-on. I'm trying to give them a little perk. Sometimes I'll charge extra, sometimes I won't. But the idea is it should be really fast. You can do it in your same amount of time that you would have done your regular refresh. And like I said, you're adding something different, you're adding more value. And it's great for people that are kind of scaredy cats, because, you know, I have a lot of those scaredy cat clients.
Scaredy cat colorist or scaredy
cat? Well, both, but I was thinking more client-wise. Because, you know, you do get clients who, you know, constantly ask you if you will change their hair, and you're like, oh, I don't want to change your hair because I'm afraid you're going to want me to change it back. Or they say they want dimension or they want a different tone. So when you hand paint these tones on and do it with a gloss, it's a much softer than if you did it with foils. And it gives them the opportunity to try something new without being completely committed.
Okay, and I'm going to let you go, Wendy. Somebody was asking what the color is that you have for the retouch. What color did you put there? So
the color for the retouch is Collage 750, which is our 7 mahogany with our permanent hair color. And it's a beautiful, cool red. And now I'm using, you know, an intense red mahogany on the mids and ends, as well as an intense copper red. So even if you took your regular tone that you always use to pull through your client's mids and ends and just try painting it on, you're going to get almost like a natural highlight with some dimension. So that's why I love color balancing with dimension.
Okay, so somebody is asking us to show the finished result, which we will. I'm going to do a post on this probably tonight.
Okay.
I will have a picture of her finished result with this video, so that you guys can see the finished result. And again, Wendy, thank you so much. Every time I stop by to see Wendy, we all learn something new. This is such a great idea. It's so smart. And again, you guys check in with Modern Salon tonight, or at the very latest tomorrow afternoon. We'll have the finished results. And again, oh wait, it's not going to bleed on the other color, right?
No, because again, this is gloss color, and the fact that it is a gloss and it is thick, I'm just painting the surface.
Perfect.
So the underneath is still dry. It really stays where you put it, which is really unique to our particular product.
Oh, I just love it. All right, so make sure you take a picture of her in this light. Thank you, Miss Wendy Bond.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, our model, who it's her first day on the job and already dragged into being a model. Thanks a lot. Okay, bye, everybody.
Bye.